No edits, no filter. October 2nd, take 2.
All right.
I feel like take 1 needs to be edited in.
No, we don't need it.
All
Take
right.
3.
Take 42.
Take 46.
Hey, John, come on.
All right, Big John. No matter what take it is, what do we talk about today?
We talk about autism, sports, movies, and
Current events.
current events, and
Current events, yes.
current events, and clown bars.
All right.
And I'm gonna scratch that one out.
Next week, Big John.
Uh,
Scratch that one out for next week.
scratch what out.
Like, just let's save that for next week. What's today's topic, Tyler?
Yeah. Well, today I am not leading the topic. I am
Who
not.
is?
Haley is.
We got Haley in the lead chair. So Haley, take it from here. The floor is yours.
Well, today I was thinking we could talk about relationships and dating and any questions or hesitations and things that we have around that topic. So, I know that some of us, Bobby's already exiting out of this conversation, but I was thinking that I know some of us in this room have been on dates or maybe been in relationships with people before.
I have not. I'm
Me neither.
I'm the only one in this room that has not dated.
You know,
Okay, well tell me about it.
I've not dated either.
I'm the only person in this room that has not dated. Like I haven't dated in high school. Never have dated.
You're not the only one.
Okay, well I would think,
And also, I'll date when I'm ready to. So, but Dieter's always like, they're all girls. Just go walk up to them and talk to them. Well, that's creepy as hell if you don't know them.
Okay, why did you make Dieter sound like a girl?
Oh, come on.
It's creepy when you talk like that.
What?
Shots fired!
Bang, bang.
You would talk
Shots
normal to the
fired!
Apple-roni.
girl. Talk normal to the girl.
What?
Yeah, where you?
You walked up to Erica and just walked by and talked to her normal, right?
Hey, what? When did she get involved? She didn't get involved. I had nothing to do with that. What?
You talked to her.
How? What is going on here?
It wasn't creepy for her.
What the hell, Dieter?
Okay, back on topic.
Alright, here we go.
Yeah.
Matt, why haven't you been on dates? Is that a choice?
It's not a choice. It's just, I have friends that are girls. I have a couple, that I've talked to that are nice and I've stayed in contact with, But it's not a personal choice. It's more of like I'm just waiting until I'm ready to. Right now, I'm meeting a lot of new people. I've been trying. Actually, I started this a couple weeks ago where I found this meetup group on meetup.com to just, they do fun stuff, and I've been trying that a whole lot to just get out there to socialize more. I'm not really saying it will. I want it to happen, but I'm not sure what I want in a girl. I'm not. I just feel like. And also, I feel like, okay, see, I don't want it to turn out like, I don't know. I'm just I'm not scared of it, but I'm also I have rules. If I'm going to date somebody, they better treat me the right way, or it's going to be hell or the highway, because I ain't going to take no shit from them. Mm-hmm. That's just where I'm coming from. Sorry for my vulgar language. Audience or whoever sees this when this goes up, it's just true from my point of view. So, disclaimer. I'm sort of the guy that it's sort of like some of my great friends. I like them for a reason. They like me. We have each other's back. That's sort of in a dating relationship. I want that to be the same way. I have your back. You have mine. We like each other. It's all good. But none of it's going behind my back sort of business. I do not like that.
Mm-hmm.
I want somebody sort of
That's what dating starts for. That's how you figure, are you going to be that for that person, or are you going to act that way for that person?
Exactly what Bobby's saying.
So you can't really expect that in the first date.
No, I'm not saying that. I don't expect it. Optimistically, I'm optimistic. I don't expect that my first date, hypothetically. But, when I start going on my first date, I don't expect it to go like I want it, and that's okay. I don't have, if it's a horrible first date, who cares? I dated. I tried it once, hypothetically, It's sort of like nothing ventured, nothing gained, so that's my mentality on it.
Yeah, that's good. Not to have huge expectations and to be okay if it goes wrong or if it isn't exactly what you wanted. I think it's great to just experiment and practice having conversations with people.
This is, hypothetically, I haven't done it yet. I've just been experimenting, meeting new people in general.
So, do you have a fear of asking someone on a date? Have you done that yet?
No, I have not. Mostly because I don't think anybody... I have always had this thing since I have a disability. I know this sounds a little silly, but since I've always had a disability, I've always thought all girls were off limits for some reason because I'm inferior or something and I had a disability. I've always had this stupid mentality of like, well, I guess I'm a lone wolf, so I guess I'll die alone and be happy that way. I mean, I've always had this stupid mentality of like, I don't know. I don't think anybody would accept me as a person.
That fear, I don't think is exclusive to people with disabilities. Yeah, I think if you asked around, a lot of people would have that fear.
So I'm just like, oh well,
I agree with
I don't
Alex.
pay attention to it. I don't really give any craps about it, and that's just.
I think a lot of people in this room would feel that way. And I agree with Alex that many people outside of disability would feel the same. Does anybody else in this room feel that way? Has anybody else thought that before?
Yeah.
I have.
Yeah? What about you, Riley? Tell me about that.
I've actually tried dating someone once, and then I'm like, what? I realized that I was dating someone and then realized I don't want to date someone long distance because at the time I was in North Carolina and they were here in Brentwood.
Did it start that way, or did it go that way over time?
No, we were
Like, did you just stay online, or?
We were both in the same program and graduated we were both in the program that Matt, Brad, and myself all graduated from. And I was the only person from North Carolina, and I was dating someone from Brentwood. And I'm like, we dated for a few months, and I'm like, I came to the realization that if this goes on into the summer, I don't know how I can keep it up being in North Carolina most of the time and only coming back here when I need to with my mom. So I didn't know how I could work the logistics of dating long distance, basically.
No, there's phones. You can talk a lot. There's
There's that, but
it's different, but it works for a lot of people.
I think you have to have
That was a good program. Had a battery.
I think for long distance to work, you have to have a solid foundation. If you don't,
and that
really
GoPro ran.
So Riley, how did your dating start? How did you ask her out? She asked you out.
I think we just it was one of those where it just went too far too fast, whereas dating is more of a slow burn, I believe.
But I'm saying, how y'all were just in class and just said, hey, you want to go? You know,
Yes.
you asked her.
This was a couple of years ago, so my memory is foggy.
That's cool.
Do you feel like it ended well? Did you learn something
Oh
from
yeah,
it?
we ended on great terms. With COVID and all of this, and my work schedule, I've not gotten a chance to see this person again.
Mm-hmm.
And lots of people pick things back up, you know.
Yeah, you never know.
You never know. So.
Leo, have you ever been on a date? Do you have any desire?
Well, of course, like most guys, I'm not super selective about who I date, but of course, committing is a much, much bigger decision. So, if I could have any fiance I wanted, it would be a former Oregon State cheerleader.
Of course.
And a USF cheerleader would not be far behind.
Okay. Why is that?
Because that's who I'm rooting for in college football.
There you have it.
That's who I'm loyal to in college football.
Because
Their mascot.
Yes.
I was trying to lead Leo, not you, Matt.
So that's good. Leo knows what he's looking for. That's a good quality to have.
Totally okay. Bobby, what about you?
Nope. Dating is nope.
Dating is nope? Why is dating nope?
Same reason as relationships is nope.
Everybody, we're all in relationships here with one another.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Not
But
that
it's a
kind of
different
relationship.
kind of relationship.
Yeah, wait.
Is it?
Oh, there.
Well, you got one.
Why is it different?
Not interested in romance.
I mean, outside of getting physical with another, how's it different? I mean, we say
Okay.
hi to each
We
other.
don't
right?
Yeah, you got me there, Dieter.
Okay. Well, I mean, I'm trying to say that's what relationships are. They're just hanging out, being together, getting to know one another better and better and better and better. You know. So Bobby was saying relationships are bad. I'm saying, hey, we're all doing relationships here, right?
Friendship's fine.
Yeah, friendships is great.
Relationships are wrong.
Okay.
Nope.
I think what Bobby's trying to say is relationships are more physical. Relationships
No,
between
romantic.
yes, romantic according to him, and friendships are just being like, I'm friends with Brad, even though he's my roommate. You know, we're not. You know, we're just two dudes living in an apartment together. You know, we might go out to eat to lunch, but that's about it. A relationship, a dating relationship, is what Bobby is saying. Sort of, it's a cross between. It's like a friendship, but you add a little bit of romance to it. Not much. Not much. Not much.
No.
Okay, well, you get my point. And so that's why I also think dating is also sort of hard in the
Hey,
fact.
I think Alex has something.
Okay.
Well, I would say when you think about a relationship, in my opinion at least, if your focus is on a relationship is always primarily romance and physicality, like you're not gonna, at least not always, you're not gonna get the deep personal connection, I think, that makes long-lasting relationships work, because what you're ultimately looking for is someone that you can do the rest of your life with, right? That will help you, sharpen you and build you up, and make you a better person, help you out, be in the things where you fall short, and you do the opposite. So if all you're looking for is someone to shack up with for the weekend, and you're focused on romance, I don't think you're gonna find what you're looking for.
And I would say romance is a small portion
Yeah.
Well, it's a
of
small
a
portion.
relationship. Because
But-
if you do the relationship right, the romance is just absolutely natural. It's not something you think about, nothing you have to
Well,
nominate on.
yeah. My
It-
point is, you know, I just think it's. I don't know about anyone else in this room, but for me, I've just not thought about it because I'm sort of the person that is like, either is or it isn't. But I'm not going to put full faith into something if they don't want to do it. I'm just not. I don't see it that way. I see it as
Right, but you're putting the cart before the horse. That's something to worry about
Cart
way
before the horse.
further down, right?
right. So that's why I don't worry about it at all.
Right. Okay.
That's why I just sometimes I don't on any given day I don't think about dating or relationships. I just do my thing and how I want to do it.
Right, but I'm saying you could start dating.
I could start dating.
not worried
I
about
could start
don't
dating,
have
but
to-
I don't know where to start, and I've tried. Trust me.
Okay.
It's just
That's
I don't
fair.
know where to go.
That's fair.
You could,
I don't know who to look for, so I'm just like giving up on it.
So where are places we can go find other people to talk to of the opposite sex so that we can have the opportunity?
Well, I don't know if they have anything in common with me. Hell,
Well, how do you?
How do you know?
How do you-
until-
How would you find that out?
I have a great example. How did
I wouldn't find that out. I wouldn't do it at all.
Matt, how did I find out that you have Steam and Discord and I added you on those and then we play some of this?
Well, because you have something in
Exactly.
common with me. You're a man. No girl plays video games.
You are wrong.
You
Not
are
true.
wrong.
You're dead wrong.
But my point is, how did I find
They don't even like
Matt,
guns.
Matt, how did I find
Some probably did.
Stop digging your grave there, man.
Well, it's already dug, all right, and I'm
Smack.
okay with my grave. Thank you.
Matt, pay attention.
Matt, Sternberg, how did I find that out about you?
You asked questions, and I gave you answers.
Right?
Yes, that's
We had a
usually how it
conversation,
works.
Right?
Right, yeah.
So you'd probably do that with a girl too, right? To find out what their interests are.
Yeah, but I just think they all like different things. I
You're-
don't think any of them
I
like
can-
airplanes.
I can name 3 girls right now that I know that I play video games with on a weekly basis. I know 2 that hunt and shoot bows and guns. I mean, to assume that every girl is the same / the opposite of you, you're shooting yourself in the foot as far as finding a partner.
So, I have something to add to disembodied voice Alex. I have my brother and dad are part of a hunting club in eastern North Carolina, and I have a friend of the family who has an adopted daughter that hunts.
Yeah, okay. Whatever.
Well, I think my point is if that's a desire you have to eventually go on a first date and find someone with like interests, to assume that no one out there has like interests with you, you're taking a gun and shooting yourself in the foot there.
Well, it's already been done, and I'm not going to try it.
Hey, it's okay, Matt.
And
That's
I'm
okay.
okay with being a lone wolf.
There's-
It's going to stay that way.
Matt.
Only
Matt, what do you guys usually say about knowing a person with autism? Like if you know one person with autism.
Well, they're different.
So if you know one person with
I know for a fact all people with autism are not the same. I know for a fact.
so
It's
just
been
switch
documented.
so switch that word autism with either girl, boy, person. If you know one girl, you know one girl. If you know one boy, you know one boy. Everybody's different.
Well,
can't-
yeah.
So there are gonna be girls that
So don't fall for stereotypes.
So there's going to be girls that like video games. There's going to be girls that don't like romance. Some girls don't like flowers. Some girls like going to the hunting range. Some girls like going on spa days. Everybody's different.
There are, in my Saturday D&D campaign, there are 3 girls. So
I married a woman that doesn't like Star Wars.
Okay, great for you.
You want to medal? No, he's being dead serious.
Well, my point-
You know Donna.
You're missing the
Yes,
point.
I know Donna.
But Matt, listen, you're missing the point.
You
I love Star Wars.
Okay, yes, I know you love Star
Right,
Wars.
so I didn't rule out Donna because she didn't like Star Wars.
Okay, you're right. I
Right?
get what you're saying.
Okay.
All girls are different. I get that. Okay, but I'm not gonna sit there in a limb because I haven't tried it. I don't know where to go, so I have effing given up on it. Okay,
But you want
I would rather die alone. Thank you very much. Happily.
would you?
Yes, I
Well,
would.
yeah,
Because I don't think it's going to happen.
You
Stop
told
it.
me 5 minutes ago that is a desire of yours.
It's a little bit of desire, but I don't think I don't think it will happen.
Well, you have to try, right?
You have to try.
So how do you try?
Well, you do it.
Okay, so
But I don't know if it will work.
that doesn't
That
matter.
is that is the risk of every man when they ask a girl out. I don't know if this is gonna work.
And you don't have to worry about it.
But I also think they're all hard to get. They all play hard to get. That's just my
That's
theory.
not-
They
it's
all
not
play
true.
hard to get. They're in this ivory tower, and you have to do.
Hey, I hate to break your
So,
rant, but
so F it. Just F it. I don't care anymore.
I hate to break your rant, but I did want to see what Haley has to say about that.
Okay, cool.
I'm sorry I
Alright.
took your reins, but I just
Hey,
I
that's
felt like
okay.
I kind of had to.
That's okay, thanks. Matt, I totally understand your frustration right now. I know that you have that desire to go on dates. I think that we all do, whether or not we want to admit it. Not everyone, but a good majority of us. And I was just having this conversation with you recently that you do have this desire, and I think there's a lot of that frustration coming out right now. And I think that it's easy to assume that there are many girls that like the same thing, or they're into really girly things, or they're not going to have the same desires that you have, or how is somebody going to possibly like the things that you like, and you haven't met anybody like that yet, or you haven't gone out on a limb to ask somebody on a date, or haven't quite worked up the courage there yet. But I do believe that someday you will find somebody that likes the same things that you like, and that you will work up the courage to ask somebody on a date. And you're great with talking to people and talking to girls, and you just have to do what Dieter's saying and go out and ask someone, or just talk to people casually and go on casual lunch dates and drop that expectation of what it is. And I think that you will find that, and I think that it's just going to require some patience. And yeah, but it's-
another end of that line is my mom
There's-
says that I want to go on record on saying this. My mom says that first of all, I haven't matured enough yet, according to my mother. And the second part is a relationship is a give and take, and I don't quite understand that, according to my mom. And she's right about the second part. Sometimes I don't understand it's a give and take. Sometimes all I do is take. All I do is, and so to be honest, I'm just not at my point in my life. I don't know when I'll be. So,
when
you
are
know,
we ever
talk,
gonna
it's a
do
great subject to talk about, you know, for other people that are there. But for me, I'm not there yet. So come back to me in 10 years.
But could those all be excuses too? Because you might find a girl who doesn't mind giving while you take. You know, I mean,
It isn't excuses.
I mean, I hate to.
I think
I mean, for
Why?
example,
It's almost like
but here's the thing, Matt. Going off of what Alex said is, or no, it was Tyler saying, if you've met one person, you've met one person. For example, my brother dated someone that was clingy as all get out, and my family only figured that out the more time the girl spent with us. So,
I think part of that might be true a little bit, Matt. Like, some of us are immature and not ready, but another big portion of that is, when are we ever going to become mature enough, or when are we ever going to be ready enough for a relationship? And whether you're 30, 50, whenever. So I think some of it might be excuses. But I also know that there's a lot of people here that are feeling the same way and feel a little bit of frustration and might be afraid to admit it. And I do want to hear from Dave, and I want to hear from Brad, and from Dustin over here, and John. But Dave and I had a great conversation earlier about some of his relationship experiences. Do you want to share anything about that, about your dating relationships and what you want out of a relationship?
Well, I only had about maybe one or two dates with someone in my lifetime. Extremely rare. I think that we need to kind of look past the dating and relationship aspect and focus on the love that we want to satisfy in our lives. We want to feel the the love and the attraction for someone, and to stay with that person, not to feel lonely. Is feeling having the feelings of love for that person. That's all I know how to say. But also, this is something I really want to stress. I want to be someone that a girl would be proud to call a boyfriend. Wouldn't you? Wouldn't you want to be someone that a girl would be proud to call your a boyfriend? I think we'd all do.
And to your point of being lonely, so it's easier said than done, but if you're lonely, how do you fix that?
Okay.
You meet people. You just go out. Random strangers, hi, how are you? You go to a bar, you go wherever, you sit
You
down,
skip that and just get a dog.
you get a dog.
Good cat or mouse.
A mouse.
But my point is, you go out, you change your situation. You can sit all day home alone and going, I'm miserable, I'm alone, I don't have anybody. Are you going to be able to fix that at home?
No.
No, because there's nobody else at your house. So you have to get out, go somewhere, and it can be simple. Go to the park, and if you see somebody sitting down, just walk by and say hi. They're probably lonely too, and if they say hi and nothing else, you keep walking. If they go, hi, how you doing? What's going on? You stop and you stand and talk for a minute. And then in a minute you go, hey, mind if I sit down next to you? And you just keep talking. And then,
Well, under
I mean,
circumstances,
building
we
off
can't do that.
No, I'm saying in general, just general ideas of.
Building off of things, I've said before, like in the mindset of, lunch is just lunch and all of that. I think we build up sometimes dating to be this big, scary, thing, this unattainable thing. When really it's, hey, let's all go to the movies together, right? And we all see a movie and we have fun. And then some of us go to dinner afterwards, right? And we become closer friends. And that just evolves over time to, one time no one's going to be available except, you and her. Hey, want to see a movie? Sure. And if you guys hit it off, you might see another one, and then you might have dinner afterwards. And it's this natural pace. You don't go from here to dating. It's just this set of steps that you go up
And like for me, I didn't actually do any dates till sophomore year of college because had traveled, whatever, came to America, was busy with learning how everybody works. But then I started asking out, and then at some point it just hit me after college that the only thing a girl can do is say no. Is that going to kill me?
No.
Is it going to hurt me?
No.
Well,
No.
yeah, well, you can't.
Yeah. So then what I did is I went back to my high school and college yearbooks and found every single hot chick that I ever thought was the one. And I picked up the phone and said, "Hey, we're going out." And
Well-
half of them were like, "I got a boyfriend." It's like, "I don't care. We're going out."
Well,
and some of them said yes, and we just went and had lunch, and that's all it was.
Well, you can settle down with somebody. I'm saying you can have kids with them. You can have a bunch of boys or girls, whatever. It's almost like getting somebody pregnant.
You're jumping too far ahead.
Yeah,
right? We're just talking about having lunch, John.
Yeah. Big John, you're jumping
But
way far
me talking
ahead.
to the girls, half of them who I thought were just so hot and unattainable, they were like, "Man, I would have gone out with you years ago. Why didn't you ask?"
Huh.
And I was like, "Oh, stupid me." And then I realized all they can do is say no. So ask. So don't miss out on opportunities just because you make a list of arguments for not. Tyler, thoughts?
Yeah, I think that a lot of times we want a type of structure or step-by-step instructions on how to do things, and people are all unique, and there's never going to be a easy way or cookie-cutter way to meet someone special. You just have to go and meet a whole bunch of people and introduce yourself, put yourself out there, and at some point that connection will happen. But you can't Google it.
Sure you can.
You can Google it, and maybe it works, but maybe. There's never
There's no method that works for everyone.
there's no guaranteed way besides just, you know, making friends, putting yourself out there, and being vulnerable. It's never easy to put yourself in a group of people or meet new people. It's never easy, but usually it gives you a good support system and good people that you can rely on.
And it's actually easier than you thought. I traveled my whole life, so I'd always meet new people by just walking up and just standing in the group. And after a minute, they're like, "Who's that?" "Oh, hi, I'm Dieter." I promise you. And then after a minute, they're like, "Well, what are you doing here?" It's like, "Well, just hanging out, seeing who you guys are." You know, and in 5 minutes, you start talking, and all of a sudden, you're part of the group. So.
So has there ever been a minute where they just go, "Who's this guy you're a crazy guy about?"
Nope, that's never happened.
Yeah, I find that hard to believe.
No, I promise you. Go try it. That's your assignment.
Brad, what do you think about that?
Not really much. I mostly think about if it's relationships with a girl. Think about if it's really worth your while or your time. But nothing like that really came up so much around me. I just mostly like to accept everyone as a friend.
Hey, Dustin, do you have anything to say on this topic?
No, I don't have anything.
Well, cool. Let's not make this thing go too long. Relationships are hard. They're harder to start, but it's always because of us mostly. It's up to us to take that first step. We didn't get to the moon by just sitting there.
Okay, don't
bring it up. It's all
don't
good.
you dare!
Hey,
Matt,
Nobody said anything.
I'm making an analogy.
All right. Thank
So-
you guys for sharing. That's
I tell Matt we haven't gone to the moon. So
I know. I know he's bringing it up. Thank you guys so much for sharing. I really appreciated hearing your thoughts and everything.
John, how do we
Are you ready
end
for
this
this,
thing?
John?
Big ass taco.
There you go.
There it is.
Go.
Cut!